And with this, we come to our next session, but it'll just not be a one-to-one person. It'll be a very interactive panel discussion. And for that, I request Mr. Nainar Ramaswamy, CEO of Beacon. He'll be taking up the panel discussion from here onwards. To you, sir.
This year, we decided to try something new to get a bunch of professionals who have accomplished so much in their life to come and share their stories, and then it's going to be like a very interesting conversation instead of like a one-way monologue that keeps going. So I'm looking forward to having a very interesting conversation with all the professionals who is going to come on board. So the first panelist is a professional from a small town in Latur. Finished his engineering, started his career as in a CNC, in a machine tool shop for 1,400 rupees per month salary. Right? That's where he started. And today, after 25 years, he has built a business empire which produces jigs and fixtures and all of that. There is not even one automotive company which do not use his fixtures. He has started 2 other companies as well. He's one of the person. His company got ISO certification in 2003, 22 years back. Today they are known as the best fixture and design manufacturer in India. They got the Maharashtra State Government Award for Best Industries. They got Sakal Achievers Award from Maharashtra. They also have a joint venture, fixtures and manufacturing, with the Japanese and Germany customers. So proudly today they can say that every automotive company uses their jigs and fixtures. So I would like to invite upon the stage Mr. Shridhar Navghare. Thank you so much, sir, for being part of the panel. Thank you so much, sir. The second panelist is another accomplished professional who holds a master's in engineering. He has been part of a multinational conglomerate called Sulzer. He has been instrumental in doing a lot of data management and automation in Sulzer for the last 2 decades. We are very, very pleased to have Mr. Adinath Kathmore from Sulzer to be the next panelist. Thank you so much, sir. The third one to complete the panel is from a startup company. How many of you have heard of hydrogen fuels? It's one of the green energy projects which is being promoted significantly. In fact, we happen to see a hydrogen-powered motorcycle in the Dassault office. He has been in the industry for more than like 2 decades, working in different areas. His recent startup in the last 1 year, he has been focusing on hydrogen-powered generation and all those activities. So I'm pleased to invite Mr. Akshay Muley as the third panelist. Thank you so much, Akshay, for being here. So, at the outset, let me thank you all for being part of the panel. The idea is to elicit your views. All of you have been users of SolidWorks. You have been associated with SolidWorks for many, many years. different products? You have built businesses using SolidWorks. So the idea is to understand from you what are the things that you have done differently which help you to succeed, and what will be your suggestions for anyone who is in adapting these technologies, or who is a budding engineer who wants to learn some new things. What are the things that you would want to tell? So I would start with Shridhar sir. So you have been associated with SolidWorks. If you can elaborate on your association with SolidWorks and Beacon over the years, and what kind of a practical benefit that you have achieved by adopting a tool like SolidWorks and working with Beacon.
Before I am using SolidWorks, I was making only 5 fixtures in a month. Today I am making in a month 60 fixtures. That is I had achieved these things because of the SolidWorks only. I know that in 2000, I'm very painful in design. When I had using the 2D drawings, our designer is not interested to switch to 3D designs. So I'm so frustrated in that time. I called Ashish Gotiji, I think, in your marketing head, I think so. I told him my pain. He told me, don't worry, I will assign my 2 engineers in your organizations and they will train to all your peoples. In that time, I am also sit with them and trained our peoples. That's why I am now making the 60 fixtures in a month. That is a real cooperation with Beacon.
Thank you so much, sir. As a follow-up question, आप PDM भी यूज़ करते हैं ना? अब PDM भी इम्प्लीमेंट किया है, आपको उसमें क्या फ़ायदा मिला है आपको डेटा मैनेजमेंट सॉल्यूशन इम्प्लीमेंट करके?
क्योंकि PDM की वजह से आज मेरे पास जो बिग कस्टमर्स है, जो अभी फॉर एग्जांपल बजाज ऑटो का एक MTD डिवीजन था बजाज ऑटो में, उन्होंने शायद 1-1.5 साल से फिक्सर बनाना बंद किया है. They are selected me for making fixtures for all Bajaj Auto components because of the system. Because they know I have the last 25 years data with us. If any changes required, product data manager very helpful for us. उसका बहुत ही एडवांटेज होता है. और कभी कोई कस्टमर को ये जरूरी होता है कि इंडस्ट्री में कोई प्रोडक्ट बना के देता है, बाद में सर्विस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो वो अगर सिस्टम है तो हम सर्विस दे सकते, सिस्टम नहीं है तो हम सर्विस नहीं दे पाते. PDM का ज़्यादा और एडवांटेज प्रोडक्टिविटी के लिए होगा है मेरा.
Mr. Adinath, can you share your experiences with SolidWorks and Beacon?
Yes, of course. So I will give you background what Sulzer does actually to start with. Sulzer is a Swiss multinational company, and similar like other companies, we have our design center and basically a consolidated office in Pune, and from Pune we supply design to all other sites with manufacturing many times. And again, going back to the very old days of drafting board to AutoCAD transition in '95, then we heard, I was fresh, joined as a graduate engineer trainee at that time, and then we heard we have a very good software called SolidWorks in 2005, I believe. So that was first encounter with SolidWorks with 1 or 2 licenses, and that was the start of journey. We have more than 150 engineers today, and of course most of them are SolidWorks users, most of them are SolidWorks certified professionals, and it's a fantastic journey with SolidWorks. SolidWorks not only as a tool, but is a platform, I would say, for design engineers. And there are many ways we can utilize SolidWorks. I mean, as a design engineer, I always say design engineer are those can make magics. They have control over 80% of the cost of the project. And during design, those engineers can influence that cost with the right decisions and maybe with the right actions. And here SolidWorks definitely help to collaborate with multiple engineers. Then with simulation, we can optimize the cost. And with the tool, we can do, I mean, it is very easy to automate many things with configuration and a lot of other things. Nowadays, I recently, discussing with a couple of colleagues from Beacon about the nesting works. I mean, how the sheet metal can be utilized to the maximum usage. Again, it is a material cost, and every project has material cost is a very major part of the cost. So likewise, we have many success stories from winning the orders with the help of the SolidWorks modeling at the early stage, and till solving the very, very critical problems during the execution, again with the SolidWorks usage.
So you also use PDM. You have done a lot of automation with PDM as well, right?
Yes, we also use PDM because we are a global company, and we work on the project simultaneously. I mean, engineering design is done in India, and then production can be done somewhere else, or otherwise. I mean, engineering is done in Switzerland, and or maybe together with India and Switzerland, and then manufacturing partially done somewhere. So that way, PDM really help us, because then we have a common vault where engineers can collaborate together. Not only engineers, but also other functions like project management and sales, technology, even R&D that way. So this is a complete end-to-end functionality PLM.
So you have a central vault which is shared by teams across the globe?
Yes.
And you replicate that central vault in different geographies?
Yes, so we are connected. Sulzer is a very big company with many verticals, but I'll talk about the Chemtech division where I work with. We have 7-8 major manufacturing locations, and then sales offices all around the globe. So every plant is connected with the vault, and then we don't have, to share the information with the kind of third-party source or emails or Teams or any other source. It is a central vault where we can put the information, we can grant the access, and then people around the globe in Sulzer can access the data. Otherwise,
Fantastic. You are in the 10% that I talked in the morning. The 90% of our customers share drawings and PDFs by email. You are in the 10% where you don't send drawings and other things by email. You have everything set up in your data management system.
Yes.
Awesome. Coming back to, I keep remembering your last name, Mr. Muley, right? So you have been doing startups and technology company and all of that. It's a very, very new emerging field. So I can understand Shridhar, sir telling that fixtures, because that has been there for many, many years. It is about making it doing more and faster. And Sulzer is a very large organization. How does a tool like SolidWorks help a startup where you want to turn around things very quickly and you just want to experiment and then see success?
So basically, first of all, thanks for inviting me for this panel discussion. I'm I think youngest among my other delegates. So before I answer your question, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to Hyperonic engineering, what we do, and what hydrogen is all about in general. So we all know that fuel drives the world, right? And next revolution that is happening in terms of in the industry is the fuel revolution, or I'll say a renewable fuel revolution, and energy independence. That is what Indian government and governments across the globes are targeting. Everyone wants to be self-reliant, right? In terms of everything, and energy drives it all. Now, hydrogen is a fuel that is produced from water, basically H2O. We get hydrogen by splitting hydrogen and oxygen from water by a process called electrolysis. And companies like Tata, Ashok Leyland, Toyota, Hyundai, they all have launched their hydrogen-powered vehicles. Okay, but for widespread adoption of such vehicles, we don't have any infrastructure at the moment in India, or in most of the countries, there is no infrastructure. So what Hyperonic engineering is doing is we are tackling that infrastructure problem of Indian continent. And we are mainly into hydrogen refilling dispensers, manufacturing, and refilling systems development for onboard vehicles. As I said that, so hydrogen is the lightest molecule and we need to deal with a lot of smaller tolerances. So we need to handle the gas. So we mainly do multiple assemblies of gas handling system, skids, and a lot of sheet metal work. How SolidWorks helps us is by its automation tool. So most of us are from the era where we used to design each and every independent component by hand, right? So we used to get 2D drawings and based on that we used to make 3D models, as sir also mentioned. What SolidWorks has done is, over the period of time, it has added very small features like in sheet metal there is gauge table, right? So that tool is very helpful because we need to don't mention the turning radius or bending radius for each metal all the time. We can just add that one gauge table in that library and we can straight away use it for multiple designs that we do. At the same time, there are multiple libraries which are pre-built. So let's say we are making cabinets for the hydrogen dispenser. On that, we need to add louvers. Earlier, we used to make do some forming on the sheet, and then after that, we used to get that design ready. But now the louvers are already pre-built in the design library of SolidWorks. So in that way, SolidWorks fasters the development time. What we can say. So it has helped us in saving a lot of time in doing small works. So that's how it is helping us.
Thank you so much for the insight. Just to add to what you said, Shridhar sir started as a very, very small company. And today is one of the very well-known companies in jigs and fixtures. So we wish you all the very best for you to be known as the nation's first hydrogen-powered energy company. Sir, Shridhar sir, we are in 30 years of SolidWorks. We are talking about 30 years and all of those things. But primarily on CAD and all. So having been associated with SolidWorks and the data management, what do you see in your company beyond CAD and data management? के आगे आप क्या आपका क्या solutions आप सोच सकता है? क्या आपको what are the other things that can come and help your business?
सॉरी, अभी 2-3 आवर से हम देख रहे हैं आप AI जनरेटेड हर चीज़ दिखा रहे हैं, तो अभी जो कल तक मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन था अभी तो मेरे पास एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं बचा है अभी अभी मैं क्या एक्सपेक्ट करूँ ऐसा है आज के डेट में. और पर्सनली मेरे जो कुछ क्यूरी थे उनसे काशी साहब से बात करके बोला कि जैसे हम फिक्चर में कंपाउंड लोड करते तो रॉन्ग लोड नहीं होना चाहिए, हमको ऑलवेज वो फोकस करते कि ऑपरेटर ने गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए. वैसे हमारा एक्सपेक्टेशन रहता है कि डिज़ाइनर ने भी गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए. जस्ट एक क्वेश्चन मैंने पूछा कि अभी कैसा है लैक ऑफ वीकनेसेस ऑफ द डिज़ाइनर. बहुत बार क्या होता है बेस प्लेट में 20 mm का होल मारा है और उसमें लोकेटर 21 mm का डाल के मेट देने के लिए कॉन्सेंट्रिक मेट दिया तो ऑटोमेटिक ले लेता और बैठ जाता है. जब वो ड्राफ्टिंग करता है तो उधर बेस प्लेट में 20 mm है और लोकेटर में 21 mm है. वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग वाला बोल देता है यार क्या गलत कर दिया डिज़ाइनर ने. तो मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन डिज़ाइन से ये रहता है कि वो कमांड ही नहीं लेना चाहिए. अगर वो गलत रॉन्ग डायमेंशन से अगर वो सॉफ्टवेयर में कॉल कर रहा है मेट तो सॉफ्टवेयर में लेना नहीं चाहिए. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कंपाउंड रॉन्ग लोड नहीं होना चाहिए, वैसे सॉफ्टवेयर ने रॉन्ग लेना नहीं चाहिए. अभी 2025 में उन्होंने बोला कि आया है हम वो क्लियर कर देंगे, मगर वो हम जनरली मैं वो बहुत अभी फेस करते हैं हम लोग प्रॉब्लम. कैसा डिज़ाइनर हर चीज़ अभी एक फिक्चर में नियर अबाउट 60-70 एलिमेंट्स रहते हैं. उसका असेंबली होने के बाद कैसा है फिक्चर डिज़ाइनिंग ऐसा है कि आउट ऑफ 100 मार्क ही चाहिए. और अभी तो हम 100 मार्क्स कभी लेते नहीं. अभी कैसा है वो 2-3 भी अगर उसने गलत किया डिज़ाइन तो मैन्युफैक्चर ये शॉप वाला तो चिल्लाता है ये क्या है बकवास तुम 3-4 फिर गलतियाँ कर दिया इधर हमको लास्ट मोमेंट रिवर्क करना पड़ रहा है. इसलिए आउट ऑफ 100 लेने की अभी ये सिस्टम यानी सॉफ्टवेयर ही हमको AI बेस है जो भी है प्रॉम्प्ट बेस है ये जब चीज़ें आएंगे तो हम और प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ा सकते हैं. तो ये एक्सपेक्टेशन है. इसलिए अभी ये पूछने के बजाय हमने अभी सुना है इसलिए मेरा कुछ बचा नहीं अभी.
That's very good to hear. You're also dabbling with the robotics and all of that. अब robotics में अब क्या कर रहे हैं आप?
नहीं वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मेरा और एक है जैसा अभी सर ने बोला कि मैं 1400 रुपये से नौकरी स्टार्ट करते ही मैंने इतना एम्पायर खड़ा कर दिया है. उसका सबसे बड़ा रीज़न है मेरे को सिंपल काम करने की आदत नहीं है. ऑलवेज आई हैव टेकन द चैलेंजेस. मेरा अभी कैसा है अगर किसी ने बोला कि ये पार्ट हम सही ढंग से बना नहीं पा रहे तो वो चैलेंज हमेशा मैं लेता हूँ। और हमेशा मेरा कस्टमर पेन एरिया पे फोकस रहता है, कस्टमर कहाँ पेनफुल है। मैंने जब स्टार्ट किया बिल्यूनी के 1400 रुपये 50,000 रुपये का इन्वेस्टमेंट करके मैंने कैसा किया होगा। मैं एक फार्मर फैमिली से बिलोंग करता हूँ, खाली मेरे नॉलेज बेस पे। और मैंने जो सर्विस किया, अभी ये नया जनरेशन है तो ठीक है वो स्टोरी बाद में बताऊंगा। अभी जैसा रोबोटिक्स तो आया है, अभी रोबोटिक्स में इश्यूज क्या है, सक्सेसफुली कहाँ रोबोट चल रहे हैं, जहाँ वेल्डिंग है, लोडिंग अनलोडिंग है, जहाँ प्रिसाइज लोडिंग अनलोडिंग, मल्टीपल पार्स्ट लोडिंग है, जहाँ 50 माइक्रोन 30 माइक्रोन में आपको लोड करना है कंपाउंड को, मैक्सिमम फेलियर्स है। मैंने बहुत अभी फिक्सर देता हूँ तो मेरे को समझ में आता है कि ये बाजू में रोबोट लगाया है ना, आदमी काम कर रहा है वहाँ, ये क्या है, तो सब पेन्स बताते हैं। तो मेरे लड़का जब पढ़ना चालू किया, वो IIIT में बीटेक किया, उसको पहले ही बोला कि मैं तू कॉमन नहीं पढ़ना है, मेरे को जो आता है मैं तेरे को पढ़ाऊँगा। तेरे को क्या करना है कि तभी मैकेनिकल स्मार्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग मेरे ख्याल से 2016 में लॉन्च हुआ था, मैं उसको वहाँ भेज दिया। उसके बाद में BRC में उसने 6 महीना का कोर्स किया रोबोटिक्स का, UCLA में उसको वही मास्टर्स किया रोबोटिक्स में, ह्यूमनॉइड रोबोट किया है उन लोगों ने। अभी हमारा सोच ये चल रहा है, मैंने R&D सेंटर डाला है कि जैसे तुमने सॉकर यानी फुटबॉल खेलने के लिए रोबोट बनाया, तो अब आँख से काम करने के लिए क्यों नहीं रोबोट बना सकते। ठीक है, जो 50 माइक्रोन में रोबोटिक्स प्रोग्राम बेस पे फेल्योर आ रहा है, सर आँख से देख के तो काम कर सकता है ना। तो वही EG बेस पे हम पर्सनली खुद का डेवलप कर रहे हैं अभी। उसके साथ में उसके अमेरिकन फ्रेंड्स है, सब मेरे को हंसते हैं, अरे सब अमेरिका में काम करने के लिए जाए, तू तो 2 अमेरिका के लड़के इधर काम पे लगाया है। ये सोच है, वही बोल रहा हूँ कि आगे हमारा कोबोट्स में डेवलपमेंट चालू है बहुत सारा।
Your dreams are very, very big, sir. We really, really appreciate you inspiring your son and a few other children to dream big. What you're talking about, like by operating, by seeing, right? There are challenges, but those things will be overcome with all the technologies that is there. The day is not far when that is going to happen, and I wish your your other company all the success in building the first humanoid robot who can do all these things, and let it be made from India.
Thank you.
So Adinath, so you have been using many different tools in your organization, right? So apart from data management and SolidWorks, what other technology tools that you are using in your organization about which you can share your insights, how they brought value to your organization?
Hope you are talking about still SolidWorks and associated.
Well, it's open forum. It is you don't have to confine yourself to SolidWorks or Dassault products.
Definitely. I can tell a short story. General design engineers' life is that there is always urgency. Everything is needed today or yesterday, and there are. Design engineer has to face project manager to deliver something, to workshop manager to deliver urgently something to produce, and at the same time there are also calls coming up from the site that something is not fitting well. Okay, so this is generally the design engineer's life. And then when I'll talk about one piece of it, drawing deliverables to the customer, and that is very urgent always. In general, when we get any order, it is studied by project manager initially, then handed over to design engineer, and then design engineer again relook at the scope and specifications, understand it, and then start building the design activities. It's a long process, okay, step-by-step process, and that takes time. If somebody tell you that this activity takes 6 weeks to deliver first set of drawings to customer, everybody can agree to that. But very recently, we have reduced that time part of that to a day. So we get the order, and customer gets the drawing.
From 6 weeks to 1 day.
1 day, yeah. And
big round of applause.
So how we did it? Of course, a lot of collaboration based on the technology. we have reduced the repeated work. I mean, sales engineer finalize the scope. Then why we need to hand over the project to project manager, again explaining the scope, and again project manager to engineer, again reinventing the scope and things. So this is made system based. At the same time, process engineers finalizing the inputs and everything into the system, and the same system is used by design engineers. The simulation part is automized. Whatever we saw in the AI part, I am holding myself to not talk about AI, but limiting myself to automation. Whatever information put in the system by sales initially, the same has to be used by design engineers. There are systems built inside the SolidWorks and other API tools where simulation is done automatically. Not exactly the simulation, but the design validation is done automatically. Drawing presentation is done automatically. The bill of material part is done automatically with the automation. So this is how we are, we have reduced that time, and that is really helping today to Sulzer. And I believe, time is very critical piece. Everybody is in hurry, and everybody need output very soon. I hope you and everyone agrees to that. So that's how we achieved it. A lot of efforts. We are still experimenting and innovating on the different things, but this is one odd example I could remember and wants to share with you now.
Yep. Thank you so much for that insightful story. And 6 weeks to 1 day is not a small achievement. It's a significant achievement. So Akshay, their problems are different, like of scale and then doing all of those things. Your problems are totally different, right? So how does processes and all of that is going to help you in, or when do you make a decision saying that now I need processes? I have done enough experiments. I have a good market fit product. Now I need to put processes in place. So what will be your thought process around the governance and the data management things that we are talking about?
So I'll tell you about my team. So we all come from a varied background, and all are engineers, all are mechanical engineers, but all have worked in different parts of industry. So some have worked into business development side, have worked only into R&D side. Some of them are from the compliances aspect, and all bring in their own expertise. And from the initial days of Hyperonic itself, we have started incorporating small processes within the system. So to keep into context of today's discussion, so let's say the system which we are making, a dispenser, it has multiple design aspects. So we have 3 different types of design. So one is electrical design, one is process and instrumentation design, then comes the mechanical part of it. So we start with the process and instrumentation first, and all is then later on linked up to the mechanical drawings and SolidWorks. Everything ends at the SolidWorks at the moment. So we have our own cloud-based system where we store all the data, different things. We have a project management system that we have built over the cloud. So we have a Google Suite basically that we are using for the enterprise side. And we have a project management aspect. So each design cycle has a timeline for it. So let's say process and instrumentation design finishes in 2 to 3 days maximum. After that, we have time limitation for equipment finalization on the electrical or electronic side. Once that is finalized, we then straight away jump into the mechanical assembly side of it, and we check whether everything fits into the design or not. And once it is finalized, then the design freeze comes in, and we go for the prototyping. Then there are multiple aspects. So we go for 3D printing, or we can go for normal product development side. We also had 2 product designers with us. So those are not from engineering background, they come from a product design point of view. Just to bring in the expertise on the aesthetic aspects for the product. So we have our own small little process built in from the day one itself, so which is helping us. Otherwise, what will happen that things will be scattered in multiple different places, and we'll not have track of anything. So from the day one itself, we have started incorporating.
So that's a DNA of a startup, right? You find what is available best in class, which is also free, with which you can build a certain kind of a system. So So I'm going to ask a very generic question to Sridharji. In terms of, SolidWorks has been a community. If you look at the worldwide community of users of SolidWorks, it is huge. Like there are millions of users as a community. There's also so many number of certified professionals. There is SolidWorks forum. You ask for any question, there will be somebody who would have answered that question. So my question will be like, how is the community and the partners have helped you in addressing any of the challenges that you face? You meaning like your team members, or challenges that they face. How has it helped having this as a community and they being part of the community as well?
Asking related to solid or common question?
SolidWorks. I'm asking about SolidWorks as a community. There's SolidWorks has got बहुत सारा लोग है जो भी जितना सारा यूज करता है वो लोग सब लोग वो इंटरनेट में आके उन लोग का forums है वहाँ पे help मिलता है. There are more than like 10 million users of SolidWorks. So सब लोग, that's a community, and there's a community of all the partners and VAR, and also events like this. Right? When you come for an event like this is also kind of a experience for you. So how do these things help you in a generic way as an organization, as a founder of the company?
I can't explain on this.
Yeah, maybe I'll take this question. So I'll answer 2-3 ways. First is, of course, events like this where there is a lot of knowledge sharing and also exposure to the upcoming things in the tool or in the platform. Second important thing I would appreciate that the certifications basically. So certification is a validation of the skills for design engineers, and it is well recognized overall industry. So that is very, very important thing. Again, mechanical design is the basic certification, and then further sheet metal and add-on certifications can be done. That is definitely a motivating factor for design engineer, and it's also for the organization because you could really validate the skills. Okay, and the third important thing is our connect or beacons connect with the customers. I would also appreciate that, because whenever there is some help needed, I mean there is no barrier. Any engineer can directly connect with our counterpart and then solve the issues. On top of it, now young generation is very dynamic. They know how to connect with SolidWorks, online forums, and YouTube channel, and some other ways. So which we might not aware. So that is also definitely helping, and we learn from young engineers in today's time with these new ways of learning. So these are the ways community or the SolidWorks forums are helping to build the community further stronger.
Okay, so I hope that we can continue the discussion for a long, long time. But I would want to have a rapid fire question. You get only 10 seconds to answer. You don't get to think a lot, right? First one to you. Design is more important than marketing. Agree or disagree?
I mean, 100% agree. 100% agree. Design, I mean, marketing can be done based on design. Okay, design has to be marketed.
Nice. Shridhar, which is harder, mechanical design or electrical design?
Mechanical.
Akshay, do you have an opinion on it?
I say design is an art.
Huh?
Design is an art. So
Okay.
it is all type of designs are complex in itself, and all
Okay.
have their own beauty.
Okay, let me continue with you. Paper sketch or CAD model, what comes first to you?
Paper sketch.
Sir?
Paper sales.
Yes, paper sketch.
Paper sketch? Oh, we have a unanimous choice on that. I'm sure your designers will be very happy because they start with the paper sketch, most likely, right? So let me start from here. Simulation or physical testing, where do you place your ultimate trust?
Ultimate trust will be, because I'm dealing with hydrogen, ultimate trust is on the physical test, but definitely it's all, at the same time, it's very costly. So design simulations first.
So your ultimate trust is in physical testing. Thank you. Sir?
Physical test. I have the one example for this. In one company, just comparing the quotations, my other competitor, 15 years before this is the story, my other competitor have the simulations and all these things. उस टाइम कस्टमर ने बोला उसके पास ये है, ऐसा है, वैसा है, तो ये सब करके स्टडी करके हमको फिक्सर सप्लाई करने वाला है. तुम्हारे पास तो कुछ भी नहीं है. मैं बोला मेरे पास प्रैक्टिकल फिजिकल नॉलेज है, वो बेस में बनाता हूँ. तो उनको 10 क्वांटिटी चाहिए था. वो कंपनी को डर था ये तो सब पेपर वर्क मार्केटिंग स्टाइल से तो देर अगर प्रूव आउट नहीं होगा तो कहते फिजिकल मेरा प्रूव हो गया, उसका फेल हो गया था. इसलिए मेरे को लगता है कि पहले फिजिकल नॉलेज चाहिए, फिर आपका काम है.
So I will choose based on the cost and complexity. First preference is of course simulation because that will give you fair idea, and then based on complexity go for physical testing.
Would that also matter how mission critical that part is? If the part is very mission critical, if failure of the part is going to crash the whole system, then you would want to do physical testing. Whereas if it is something on the periphery, you may take a bet on that. So I'll continue with you. Design for cost or design for quality, which takes precedence?
I will say design for cost, quality, and time.
You can't have all three. You have to choose only one.
Oh, you cannot separate it.
Thank you. Sir?
Design for the quality.
Design for the quality. Akshay?
Can I add one more option into that?
Can I guess what that answer is?
So I'll say design for optimization.
Okay.
So optimized design leads to both the options that you gave.
I was about to suggest design for speed because being a startup, you can choose to fail, but you would want to fail fast so that you can learn and then do better. So I'll continue with you. Automate drawings or automate bombs, which saves you more money? Automate drawings or automate bill of materials, which one saves you more money?
They go with the automated bombs.
Nice. Sir?
Same automated bombs.
I would say automate everything rather than design.
Yeah. So I'll continue with you. What is one benefit of the ecosystem, in SolidWorks ecosystem, that did come to you unexpected? That when you got into SolidWorks, you did not expect that benefit you are going to get.
Winning the orders.
Huh?
Winning the orders.
Nice. Sir?
Same.
Akshay?
I'll go with the feature that came along actually. I was not aware about the 3D experience platform.
Okay.
The ability to have the 3D models on the platform so that I can go to clients on my tablet, I can show them the actual 3D model. So that was unexpected for me. It was nice.
Okay. The last question. Before we take a couple of audience questions, I'll start with you, Akshay. What is your one core message to the audience about why an ecosystem-based approach is essential for a modern manufacturing business?
Mainly because design iterations. Okay. So we go through multiple design iterations over the life cycle of the product. And it is easier if we have a common unified platform where we can store all the things and we can easily fetch the required design data whenever we want at our will.
And what will be your one suggestion to all the budding entrepreneurs who want to get into startup? What will be your one message to them?
I'll say, don't fear to fail. Whatever you think of doing, just go and attempt it. Even if you fail, you will learn out of it. Before starting Hyperonic, me and my co-founders did multiple attempts at different things. But lastly, we got we got our success at Hyperonic. So don't fear to fail.
Thank you so much. Shridhar sir, what will be your suggestion to a budding engineer who wants to get into design or building a business, what will be your one suggestion or advice to that person who is part of this audience?
First, they understand the requirement. Question is,
What will be your, like, if somebody wants to do a business, like say a jigs and fixture business, what will be your suggestion, what will be your advice to them to watch out for?
नहीं, आपको बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है तो जो आपको अच्छा आता है, जो आप में उसमें एक्सपर्ट है, वो ही करना चाहिए. जैसे कि अभी हमने स्टार्ट किया तो पहले पूरा हर चीज़ पहले खुद समझ के लिया, फिर बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया. तो वही करना चाहिए कि विद थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज से बिजनेस, अगर कोई बोला कि ये करो वो करो, उसमें कुछ मतलब नहीं. जो आपको आता है वही करना चाहिए. आज के इसमें हर जगह कंपटीशन है. आज सर्वाइवल वही होता है जो सबसे अलग हटके करता है. तो मेरा ही सजेशन है कि पहले नॉलेज गेन करो, फिर बिजनेस स्टार्ट करो.
Thank you so much, sir. That is your story as well. You started off as an employee of a company, you learned the trade and then got into business. Sir, what would be your core message to the audience? Why an ecosystem-based approach is important?
Okay, I'll first make a couple of comments
Sure,
to the
please.
new engineers, basically. We are discussing a lot of things from in last 10 years. We started with digitalization, shifting towards automation, and then Industry 4.0, and now AI is very, very trending word, okay. We must have heard AI since morning many times, and surprisingly, today's Times has 7 articles on which mentions AI. One very nice article in Ascent explaining about how AI going to disrupt a lot of things. Surprisingly, the first page has an article which mentions about a very known firm, IT firm. Government of Australia claimed some back charge to them because their report had some AI altered data. And then on the Times Economics, Deputy Governor of RBI guides or mentions some instructions how AI model, bring biases and how to avoid that. On Times Techie, there are 4 articles, all 4 mentions about AI. So AI is not something we can keep aside. It is going to be a way of life, okay. But again, I will go to Mr. JJ mentioned that then what we are going to do, okay. So we have to do our job and let AI do the job, which is not value adding. So to do that, all design engineers, we need very, very strong basic fundamentals knowledge, okay. What we are trying to do today, or all young engineers are trying to do, making use of AI to learn the things, okay. And don't be completely dependent on the AI for learning. You have to have the basic knowledge of basic fundamentals of engineering, which you can apply, and that will help you to bring that judgment to confirm if AI is giving the right results or not, or AI is taking us to right direction or not. So this is very important message to the team, to the young engineers. One more thing, be curious. Ask why I am doing this, okay, instead of just doing it. And then that curiosity will lead you to the innovation. Innovation is not always patent. Innovation is small thing which we used to do earlier in a different way, and today we are doing it in a better way. So these are the couple of things I would suggest all engineers. And then regarding the complete ecosystem of SolidWorks and association tool, this is really a productive thing when we can work collaboratively and ultimately brings the business and connect us to the mission and vision of the organization. So do not hesitate to use that effectively. I request all the managers to look at it because if you are doing it very conventionally, it might not, may not help you in future. So just revalidate if it is, you are up to date.
Thank you so much. So we can take a couple of audience questions if there are any. No? Okay. So to all the panelists, thank you so much. I believe that it has been very, very enriching experience for the audience. And I hope they also got insights about the companies that you run, the companies that you have built. And I hope that that will be like an inspiration for for some of the people who are attending this session. And I thank you all very much for taking the time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
I need one picture of all four of us.